Hi, I'm Mark Teschner for Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network. People always want to know how I got started in casting, and like a lot of casting directors, I started as an actor, and I kicked around New York City for a few years, and at times it was a great life, and at times, as many of you know, it was not such a great life. And I was lucky. I was one of those actors that found a calling. I heard about an opening in a casting office. I went in, and I worked as basically an unpaid assistant for a year or two, and I really didn't mind. I knew from day one that I loved what I was doing. It was kind of interesting. All the agents that never took my calls as an actor were suddenly calling me to get appointments, so I thought that was kind of an ironic twist. And then eventually I became partnered in that company, which was called Teschner Casting, and we cast a ton of theater. We cast Broadway, off-Broadway, lots of regional theater, television pilots and various things. And then I ended up going out on my own, where I got my first daytime break doing some consultant work for Ryan's Hope, which is no longer on the air. And then for 4.5 years, I was the casting director of Loving on ABC. And then that gig led to me being offered General Hospital here in Los Angeles. And December 4th will be my 18th year anniversary casting General Hospital. One of the things that I've really noticed in the past few years is how many people I come across that want to be casting directors, which is exciting to hear, because when I started as a casting director, plenty of people wanted to do it, but the field has really taken off in the last decade or so. I think the general public is aware that you really can't have a good show if you don't have good casting, and I think the industry, as well as the general public, has really caught on to casting is so essential to making a project really work. And for anybody thinking of becoming a casting director, on some level, the advice I would give would be the same I would give an actor. You have to do it because you love it. It is an incredible profession. It's creative. You really get to put your stamp on a project. But like anything, it is difficult to break into, and it's difficult to maintain a career. You have to pay a lot of dues. And one thing people don't realize is casting directors, just like actors, are oftentimes looking for work just the same way. So if you have a passion for it and it's something you feel that you want to pursue, don't jump into it for the money, because when you start out in casting, there is very little money, and oftentimes in casting in general, it's not the get-rich profession. But if you love doing it, it's definitely a profession that I think is worth committing to. Usually people start as an intern or an assistant, and then you work your way up to being an associate, and then you start to cast your own projects. That's for the most part how it's done. In fact, that's how I did it as well. And I remember working in a small one-room where my first desk in casting was 2 sawhorses and a door as my desk, but it didn't matter because I loved it. So it's a profession where if you're creative, bright, passionate, there's a place for you. My job working for General Hospital is to find the best talent for the show. If I do anything that gets in the way of that, I'm not doing my job. So I sometimes am asked, well, if you've had a run-in with an agent or a manager, will that affect your ability to see their clients? I'm pleased to say I've had very few run-ins with agents or managers, and absolutely would it not affect my ability to see their talent. I have to do my job. I wouldn't penalize an actor who was with an agent that I had an issue with, because I'm looking for the best talent. And if that agent has the person I'm interested in, that person is going to get an opportunity to be on the show. I can't be petty at the expense of doing my job. It's not fair to General Hospital, and it's not fair to the actors. I've been a casting director for 24 years, 18 of them with General Hospital. And I have to say, I've loved everything I've cast for the most part, but General Hospital is far and away my favorite gig, and I'd be happy to be there 18 more years as well. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching Inside Casting on the Virtual Channel Network.